Oh my gosh. Just
There's
it's
a
finally
refrigerator
time.
in the background.
Don't talk about that. Look, I had no choice. But now let's talk about one of the greatest openings for us.
Oh my goodness.
It's so stylized and so perfect. I mean, not as perfect as like Mania for the style. Let's put it this way: Sonic CD was almost like its own style. Mania was like a slightly different take on it, a little bit wackier. This was like this was what I wanted Adventure Sonic to be at that moment. Look at all the stuff. The colors feel so bright.
I have nothing to say.
It was
it looks cool.
animated by the same people who did Attack on Titan, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
So
it was
soon everyone here is gonna die.
It's equivalent of me realizing that the Precure series that I watched was directed by the same people who did Dragon Ball Z. It's like it just makes it even better. But the thing that sucks is that unlike the Precure series, which keeps its awesome fight scenes in animation for most part, this animation only happens for the opening, and then we immediately go into terrible 3D model noodle arms.
And that's the thing. We need.
Also, Tails should be just thousands of skid marks.
Oh, he actually turns around for Tails.
Why wouldn't he? What, do you expect him to just leave him?
Yeah. I this is so loud, by the way, but
it is not loud.
What was I about to say? I was distracted by the music.
Yes, the amazing music
from the front view. Which just you don't do that ever again. We need to get to a point in animation where games can just be 100% 2D animation, and it's happening. But at a 100% 2D animated Sonic, I mean, they'd have to get
there's a lot of work, but still,
so much work, but that'd be incredible.
Yeah. And here's the thing: this game holds a special place in my heart, but it is very flawed. The story, the character direction with the lines, and the models. Sweet Jesus.
I mean, I've already seen this game summed up in a few minutes. So. And that video.
Yeah, but now you'll get the now you'll get to the
context.
Yeah. By the way, I think this takes place in an alternate universe.
Yeah,
yeah. But before we get into that, yes,
Tails.
this takes place in an alternate universe in my mind, because this came out at like the same time as 06, where they were trying to reboot the franchise. And like, this could be an alternate universe, because here's the thing: this is happening, and Sonic comes down. Look at him. Yeah, some good that did. Just no homing attacks, nothing. Knuckles unleashes a full combo at a guy speeding at him multiple miles per hour. And again, that doesn't make sense physically.
I don't know if it's because I watch animation a lot, but I can tell when they've done something because they couldn't bother animating it.
Yeah, but look at this. Just, he decides, despite being a super fast hedgehog, to go and use the board anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. This game, I was just about to say that everything is pointless because you should just be able to run faster than them.
I mean,
whatever.
he's practically just doing this just for fun at this point. He has ridden snowboards before, City Escape, Ice Cap Zone, all that stuff. But he's trying to catch a Chaos Emerald here. He really should not be bothering with this.
I mean, also, why are sometimes the boards arbitrarily faster than each other? They're the same set of boards.
Well,
why can't it just suddenly become faster?
No, it's steady handling. I love the animation where somebody did that, and just like he says that, and Sonic just runs backwards and passes him and flips him off. Well, that was an ultra failure. Who wants Chinese?
Yes, yeah. I mean,
well,
is he going to take off those shades?
No.
Then this is already
we interrupt this program to bring you.
Oh my goodness! It got even worse.
What? Yeah, I told you these are the models we're working with.
Because I was like, oh man, those models look
no,
cool. What's he talking
that's
about?
like the CGI that shows up at the beginning and the end. These are the models we're working with.
I'm like, is it just like they're suddenly giving us a glimpse of Sonic Adventure? I guess. Like, is it a flashback from there? No, it's just the game.
Hold on. Is this the line right there? Now everybody goes on about that line, but what I think he means is fastest in the world. because everyone's like, oh, what else is a race? Like, I think from the beginning when I watched that, that's what I got. By the way, why is Eggman holding a public event and not being arrested? That's another thing in this alternate universe in my mind, where he can just show up and do this, and nobody stops him.
Eggman again. Just what is he up to this time?
But he just explained what he was up to.
Yeah. Also, did you hear the entry fee? 1 Chaos Emerald. They are literally paying him the Chaos Emeralds to enter this race. Also, this race has 3 participants, the Babylon Rogues. The rest are robots. He already has. He has no Chaos Emeralds at this point. The Babylon Rogues apparently have like 3. The rest are just like are the E-series robots he built to look like hip skateboarding people. As you'll see,
pretty much Sonic and the gang just give him their Chaos.
They literally just pay him the Chaos
Emeralds.
Emeralds.
Chaos Emeralds from somebody else. Actually,
no, see, those are the E-series robots that are used for the contestants, just in case Sonic and his friends aren't actually good enough to do this. I mean, they've never touched these boards before, so really, they shouldn't be, but whatever. Either way, I have to, just going off for right now, I have to say that this Sonic Riders, the first game, is the best in the series. The second game tried to stylize things, and I think it kind of failed. But this one, it gets things right, it gets the mechanics right. The only thing is that the power-up stuff that you see on the track, usually you won't get anything like offensive. This isn't something where you trip other people up using power-ups. At least not a lot, but yeah, so this is the best in the series to me. It's simple and you can grasp the mechanics. The only thing is that the difficulty, it ramps up. Like the first two things, the first 2 races, they're fine, but because you can, for the first 2 races, they say, okay, you can land in anywhere from 1st to 3rd place. But from the 3rd race on, you have to get 1st place every single time.
I don't like games where you can't progress unless you can.
Also, that robot should be destroyed. Just like he shouldn't be getting up from that. By the way, that's the boost. Every character in this game has a boost. That's basically their speed up and their attack button. But it consumes air fuel, as you can see by the meter over there.
Yeah.
Of course, if you run out of air, you have to run you have to run until you either do a trick or get into like an air station.
So wait a second. It's fair for you to run.
Yes, despite me being Sonic the Hedgehog, if I run out of air and I have to run until I can do a trick, I am suddenly somehow at a disadvantage, despite that being literally the biggest advantage you could possibly give.
But not only that, if the option to run is there, why doesn't he just run for the entire game?
I don't know, bad sportsmanship or something. But
who cares? He's getting okay. That's a good question. Is he joining to get the Chaos Emerald or just to show up this kid that he met?
I really think it's just a show up, Jet. I don't think he's actually doing this for any other reason. This is Sonic Boom's Sonic level of pettiness, it seems.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say except this.
The thing is that they do discuss, okay, what's Eggman up to? But they could do that without taking place in the competition and giving him the gems of ultimate power.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. This is dumb. I can't get over that. I tripped over my own words, so I tell you that my microphone's good.
You see, they're saying this, but they're saying.
It can't be anything too important.
Yeah, right. It's not like Eggman has the master plan or anything.
Huh?
Oh.
And the game has suddenly dropped in quality.
Is this the point where Amy's like terrible or something?
Sonic Adventure 2 starts it. Heroes continues it terribly. And yeah. Well, she's not too bad, but yeah. By the way, he is very visibly disgusted, and she just ignores it.
Yeah, but that's the trope. It's hilarious.
I so prefer the Sonic Boom relationship between these two.
It's a city called Future City.
Babylon.
Oh, well, it's time to turn back into the Bible.
There was a floating island known as Babylon guarded.
Yeah, and then just post some
Supposedly robbers
art of, you know, that the drawings of Sonic praying or something.
the Babylon roads.
Oh man, that's great.
I like how legendary is in quotes.
Yeah.
Like, they
Also,
ain't
just
nothing.
like people, it's like, yeah, we apparently have gods, plural. Except like, of course we have gods. Sonic defeats them like every 2 weeks.
That's true. They're
Man, I do not remember this from reading Daniel. Just like imagine if they incorporated this. And so verily, from Daniel chapter 3 verse 2. And so verily, after escaping the lion's den, Daniel did a sweet kickflip off of his extreme gear.
I mean,
And everyone was pleased.
they could just kickflip over the walls of
Knuckles.
Jericho.
Knuckles, they're not supposed to be doing that, Knuckles.
Okay.
I get it, okay? It just floats.
This-
That's good
this-
enough for me.
Including
This is-
plot hole number 1. Just, I know, we're going light and fast here,
Well,
but yeah.
no, this isn't plot hole number 1 because it's like plot hole number 4. But what are you gonna say?
Okay, watch this. Wave is inspecting the board. Just remember this scene very specifically.
Well, I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Also, why is Knuckles just
Why is
everyone's just standing there like, did she just say junk?
Why can't everyone freely enter the race? How many camps
Can't-
everyone
7.
seem to have?
Amy somehow got her own.
That's what I'm. Whatever.
How
Who
can you just walk
cares?
in and diss Tails?
By the way, Knuckles,
I know, and tinkering's all he's really good at, too.
we're talking about normal Tails, not now Tails. Also, that is so stupid. Anytime any character gets angry in this game, it looks so stupid. And by the way, characters get angry in this game a lot. I almost think these are different people.
Okay, I just went through that cutscene,
Yes.
and I have to say that that's the most painful Sonic-related cutscene I've ever been through. And we've played Forces. I
Really?
could
Not
not
about
care
the
less.
even the part where Sonic randomly devolves into talking, which is like, no, the strongest things are the bonds of friends and hearts together.
Because that's
Whatever.
generic, but that was just so boring, and yet
it was
also
plot
annoying,
relevant. Like, very plot relevant.
unfortunately.
Yes. Well, what's this place called? Splash Hill? No, not Splash Hills. I forget.
Splash Hill sounds like a cool name.
Splash Hill is the thing in Sonic 4. That's why I
know.
got confused.
That's why.
By the way,
I
there's
was
a
confused.
there's a flying board there that I keep missing because I'm always in the middle of tricks or I get caught in the turbulence. Because you know how there's some things like rubber band AI and whatever. Basically, if you go really fast, you make turbulence behind you that people can ride. And if you ride turbulence well, you can do tricks on the turbulence that gets your air back, and it makes you faster. The thing is that makes it basically a game of I pass you, you pass me, etc. But unless you know how to do a tornado, which I've never seen anybody really do, what happens is that you press, was it R2 and L2? It's in the manual, which I read, so of course I know how to do it.
I know that this is a skateboarding game because they're saying so many terms. I have no idea what they mean.
Yeah, well, at this point, just if you press R2 and L2 at the same time, you can unleash a tornado behind you that disorients people. If they're caught in your turbulence, they're almost guaranteed to get hit by it unless they dip out. So
hold up.
what?
Now that I'm aware that this exists, even though I already knew, maybe. I'm not sure. Is there a chance that the next Sonic racing game isn't an All-Stars thing but a new Sonic Riders?
If it was a new Sonic Riders, it really need to be retooled because Sonic Free Riders was a steaming pile of garbage.
Yeah, but we trust Sega to retool video games, don't we?
Don't talk like that to me ever again.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tricked into a special thing. Also, in order to get the best tricks here, you have to hold down X to gather air, to release it all in a burst, and that's how you get to secret paths. basically, I don't know if they tell you this. I think they do in the manual. But if you do a trick, if you do a big trick and you immediately pull back, like do a backflip, then that gives you more vertical height. If you do a front flip first, then that gives you more horizontal distance. Also, we're riding a rainbow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we crashed into it head first. Yes, we crashed into it head first, and then rode it down.
I mean, we're currently riding on hoverboards.
Yeah, but that was a literal beam of light.
Highlights.
No, it was just a normal rainbow.
How do you know it wasn't incorporated into the track? It's a highlight rainbow.
That seems.
Excessive.
Then again, in fact, here's an idea. No, here's not an idea. Here's something for you to remember. No, here's something for you to remember. This is extremely excessive and expensive. Remember that.